And I know the ladies have all told me about their families when I've had the opportunity to talk with them and how proud they are of all the families, and I know you're just as proud of them. And I'm certainly no different. And there's somebody here tonight, and it's probably not a surprise that it's my mother. And it's odd. I'm leaving the nest again, and leaving the nest is an interesting thing. And I think it's really important for me to say to her publicly, privately, in any way that I possibly can, that even though there's a lot of beautiful women here tonight, that she's a #1 in my book. And the song is Home. And I know that even though I'm leaving, no matter where she is, that's where I'll go home. So this is for Mom.
I would like to go over the 3 phases of competition that we use to select the reigning Miss Sternwheel Regatta. The first phase is the phase that you all don't get to see. That is the interview competition, and that's a very, very important competition in this type of a pageant. This counts for 40% of the score. It's based on personality, and it's just more like a one-on-one conversation with the judges individually. It gives them a chance to get to know the girls. They're asked questions from their fact sheet, and like I said, it's just basically a conversational type, an interview, basically. The second phase is the one that you saw. That's the street art competition. The girls get to come out in streetwear, and just to see how they handle themselves on the stage. And the third phase of competition is evening gown. It just happens to be my favorite. It's just a beautiful phase of competition. The girls come out individually in their evening gowns, walk the runway, and it's just a beautiful part of the pageant. And the final competition tonight will be the onstage interview. Each of the contestants will be asked a question on stage at the end of their evening gown competition. So, I think that we're probably almost ready. I think you better check with my girls, see where they are. The contestants almost ready for evening gown? So how are you all liking the pageant so far this evening? Are you having fun? Do you have a favorite contestant? I couldn't hear a number. We got all this. I think the judges better cover their ears. Oh, I bet you all wish you could see what I see behind this curtain. Yeah, I bet you do. Okay. It seems that we are having just a little bit of trouble getting ready backstage. So at this time, Scott is going to sing another song just to fill in and give the girls just a little bit more time to get prepared for evening gown competition. Okay, they're playing with my mind. They're here now. They just all walk up to me. I swear, I'm getting these signals from backstage. I'm not making this stuff up, okay? I'm doing what they're telling me. No. Okay, how many contestants do we have standing over there? You all want to see Group A evening gown competition?
No doubt.
Are we ready? Okay, at this time, please bring to the stage Group A in evening gown competition. Contestant number 1 this evening in evening gown is Mary Jones. Mary describes herself as prissy, flirty, and fun. She most admires her mother, and her most prized possession is her freedom. She says she would most like to meet Madonna and visit the Caribbean. And her 3 favorite foods are shrimp, chicken, and pasta.
Contestant number 1, I read about you that you want to have a fulfilling career and a family. Tell me what that career is and what the family means to you.
Well, I just started Appalachian Power and I hope that it will become a career. And a wonderful loving husband and many children.
Hello, Mom and Dad, did you hear that? Thank you, contestant number 1.
Contestant number 2 is Kim Stone. Kim describes herself as trustworthy, she's a self-achiever, and very caring. She most admires her aunt, Lori Tinsley, and her most prized possession is her education. She would most like to meet Julia Roberts, and would most like to visit Cancun, Mexico. And her 3 favorite foods, believe it or not, are french fries, potato chips and dip, and pizza.
All right, contestant number 2. I just talked about how my mother is very important to me and the person that I admire, and you mentioned your Aunt Lori Tinsley. What makes Lori so special, and why do you admire her the most?
My Aunt Lori is very special because she has always been there for me and I can talk to her about anything and get her if I have any problems. And I really appreciate that.
Sounds familiar and worthy of applause. Thank you, contestant number 2.
Contestant number 3 in the evening gown competition is Chrissy Ellison. Chrissy describes herself as positive, hardworking, and fun. She She most admires her dad because she says he's the hardest working person she's ever known, and he exemplifies the word sacrifice. Her most prized possession is her family. And she would most like to meet her grandfather who died before her father was married.
Contestant number 3, I read that you enjoy traveling a lot. And Paris is a place that you'd like to go. What's so charming about Paris to you, and why particularly that place?
I think it's absolutely beautiful, and I've heard so many things about the people, not being friendly or whatever. I would really like to meet them and make my own opinion.
Good for you. Thank you, contestant number 3.
Contestant number 4 is Missy Longenecker. Missy describes herself as ambitious, carefree, and determined. She most admires her mother, and her most prized possession is a gold charm on her necklace. She would most like to meet Elvis Presley, and would most like to visit Disney World. And Missy's 3 favorite foods are Brussels sprouts, French fries, and pizza.
Contestant number 4, you're either going to have to take over those puns or I'm going to have to get stills. I read that you want to be a doctor and help some folks. What kind of practice do you want to have, and why particularly that profession?
Well, I want to be a forensic pathologist, which is a medical examiner, because I'm just interested in police work and just really like working with police and figuring out mysteries and stuff.
Well, sounds like a good combination. Thank you, contestant number 4.
Contestant number 5 is Renee Scribe. Renee describes herself as outgoing, fun-loving, and adventurous. She most admires her grandmother, and her most prized possession is a gold nugget. She would most like to meet Billy Ray Cyrus, visit Russia, and her 3 favorite foods are pickles, popsicles, and mashed potatoes. Renee is sponsored this evening by Roger House Pontiac Buick GMC.
Contestant number 5, it sounds like you have quite a caravan of folks with you this evening. You said that your grandmother is somebody that you admire. Is she here this evening?
Yes, she is.
And what would you like to tell us or share with us about her?
My grandmother is the most wonderful person in the whole world. She has such a life. She always is doing things. I mean, she never stops. She just wants to live and she wants to have a happy life, and she does anything she can to make our life just as happy as hers has been.
Sounds like good advice for all of us. Thank you, contestant number 5.
Contestant number 6 this evening is Mindy Setlick. Mindy describes herself as confident, ambitious, and outgoing. She most admires her mother for her strong will and courage, and the most prized possession is the love of her family and friends. She would most like to meet Hillary Clinton, and she would most like to visit Puerto Rico. And her 3 favorite foods are lasagna, cheeseburgers, and chocolate chip cookies.
Soon-to-be child psychologist. Why is it that you chose that field?
Because I think children who are in divorces need to be counseled because they have problems of their own which are overlooked by their parents due to divorce.
Well, thank you very much. Contestant number 6.
Contestant number 7 is Brandy Garrett. Brandy describes herself as unique, warm-hearted, and inquisitive. Her most prized possession is a small glass rod box with a heart inside. She would most like to visit Europe, and her 3 favorite foods are pizza, bananas, and ice cream.
Brandy, you told us that one of the things, or one of your ambitions, is to help people live longer and happier lives. How do you propose that you'll do that?
Well, I'm studying to be a pharmacist, and there is a program called Pharmacy D, which the pharmacist goes along with the doctor and prescribes medication for patients. This way, they will no longer be over-medicated and have a bunch of drugs that counteract each other. So hopefully, it'll make them feel a lot better and live a lot longer.
Sounds like we need more pharmacists like you. Thank you, contestant number 7.
Our final contestant in Group A is contestant number 8, Suzanne Hazlett. Suzanne describes herself as adventurous, outgoing, and unique. She most admires Paula Coughlin, a lieutenant in the U.S. Navy, and her most prized possession is her dignity. She would most like to meet Leslie Nielsen and would most like to visit Washington, D.C.
Contestant number 8, you've told us that one of the things that you're most proud of is the friends that you've made. What's the secret to making good friends in your opinion?
I think being yourself is the key to making the most friends.
Thank you very much. Contestant number 8.
Let's take one last look at Group A evening gown competition as contestant number 8 leads the ladies on a parade for the judges. Ladies. Please welcome to the stage Group B. Contestant number 9 is Kelly Walker. Kelly describes herself as friendly, energetic, and assertive. She most admires her mom, and her most prized possession is her health. She would most like to meet Madonna and would like to visit Australia. Her 3 favorite foods are lasagna, spaghetti, and tacos, and Kelly is sponsored by the Boone National Bank of Madison and Black's Food Land of Madison.
Contestant number 9, you told us that one of the things you'd like to do is become more humane and more tolerant. What do you think it is that we're not very tolerant about in today's society?
I believe that it's people's attitudes, mostly whenever people come across to you negatively. I want to learn to deal with people like that better.
Thank you very much. Contestant number 9.
Our 10th contestant this evening is Miss Nakia Ramsey. Nakia describes herself as helpful, energetic, and dedicated. She most admires her mother, and her most prized possession would be herself. She would most like to meet Coretta Scott King to congratulate her for her strength in the Black community. And she would most like to visit Paris. Nakia's 3 favorite foods are crab legs, steak, and potatoes.
Nakia, I've read that you'd like to be an interior designer. Now, I have a sister that is studying to do the same thing. Why particularly have you chosen that field?
Well, basically because I like to explore myself and help people with creating other colors and showing people different things with different ideas.
So do you think you might be able to give the theater a once-over?
I think it'll use a good touch.
All right, thank you, contestant number 10.
Contestant number 11 is Carly Price. She most admires Oprah Winfrey, and she would most like to meet Tom Cruise. Carly would like to visit the Bahamas, and her 3 favorite foods are pizza, tacos, and chicken. Carly is sponsored by the McDonald's of Madison and Smith & Purdue Attorneys at Law in Charleston.
Carly, we'd like to thank you for bringing all of Madison with you this evening. And one of the things that we would expect the Sternwheel Regatta to do would certainly be to promote the Sternwheel Regatta. Can you give us a little spiel about what you do to promote it?
Well, I love to talk. I'm a big talker, so anything I have to do, because I do have to go through a lot of people like this and introduce people and all this stuff, and I think I'll be good at it because I don't always get nervous in front of all these people, but I'd love to go to Broadcast Communications, and I think I'm a talk show host one day on TV, so I think it'd help me a lot if I could get out there and talk in front of all the people.
Carly, I would never have guessed that you enjoyed talking. Thank you, contestant number 1.
Anne-Marie describes herself as responsible, a good listener, and congenial. She most admires her mother and her father for their strength, courage, love, and support. And her most prized possession is her ink pen. She would most like to meet Emily Dickinson and would most like to visit Australia. Anne-Marie is sponsored by Spruce River Market and Showtel Video.
You told us that later in life you'd like to teach college, and I myself have taught college, and I'm wondering what you think makes a really fine teacher.
Well, I believe that a good listener really counts. In order to learn, you have to have somebody to teach. And I believe it's very important that you try to answer as best as you can. And just go from there.
Thank you very much, contestant number 12.
Contestant number 13, Melissa Fleming. Melissa describes herself as ambitious, honest, and intelligent. She most admires Cindy Fleming, and her most prized possession is her education. Melissa would most like to meet Clint Black and would like to visit Hawaii. Her 3 favorite foods are barbecue chicken, pizza, and tacos.
Tell us about one of the former titles that you've held and how that experience has helped you come to here today.
In 1991, I placed first place for West Virginia America's Miss Teen. That title really helped me in public speaking and really to further my goals. I really enjoyed representing the state. I really did. I had a good time, and I really enjoyed myself. It was great.
Thank you very much, contestant number 13.
Contestant number 14 is Melanie Miller. Melanie describes herself as hardworking, courageous, and friendly. She most admires her dad, and her most prized possession is her car. She would most like to meet Magic Johnson and visit Australia. Her 3 favorite foods are tacos and pizza. Oh, that's only 2. That's all it's listed.
Melanie, I've read that you want to have your own business one day. What kind of business would you like to have, and what do you think are the qualities that you have to make it successful?
Well, I have a very strong family that can help me make it work. And I'd also like to open my business with my brother. He's a mechanic, and he could work on the cars, and I could do the bookwork.
I was going to say, if you're going to work on the cars, I know where I'm bringing my car. Thank you very much, contestant number 14.
And our final contestant, last but not least, is number 15, Carrie Barnett. Carrie describes herself as ambitious, confident, and honest. She most admires her mother, and her most prized possession are her pictures and wonderful memories. She's a big Chicago Bulls fan, so she would most like to meet Michael Jordan. Oops, the wrong team. And would most like to visit Hawaii. Her 3 favorite foods are her Aunt Joe's graham cracker pie, pizza, and tacos.
Talking backstage, you mentioned to me that you're starting to do a few more pageants and you're just recently getting started in it. What is it that is prompting you to continue in pageantry?
Well, this one was the prize. You get a $1,000 scholarship, and I am in college and it helps a lot. And you also meet a lot of people, a lot of friends I made. And I think it helps you further your goals too.
Thank you very much, contestant number 15.
Take one last look at Group B evening gown competition as Carrie leads the ladies in a parade for the judges. Ladies.
At this point, the judges are working furiously to get all their scores tabulated. And speaking of tabulation, I need to introduce one more person to you. He's our tabulator and auditor for this evening. He is with Subtle and Stonecker, a friend of mine. Please welcome Tim Whitener. Tim, you've certainly got your work cut out for you this evening. Now what we'd like to do is present each girl one at a time. You can root and cheer for each and every one of them, because I tell you, I've had the opportunity to get to know them over these past several days, and this is an outstanding group of women, and any one of them can represent the Sternwheel Regatta, but unfortunately only one can. So we're going to bring each one of them out for one last look before we go to the top 5. Contestant number 1, it's Mary Jones. Thank you, contestant number 1. Contestant number 2, Kim Stone. Thank you, contestant number 2. Welcome, contestant number 3, Chrissy Ellison. Thank you, contestant number 3. Contestant number 4, Missy Longinaker. Thank you, contestant number 4. And contestant number 5, Renee Scribe. Thank you, contestant number 5. Contestant number 6, Mindy Settler. Thank you, contestant number 6. And contestant number 7, Brandy Yarrow. Thank you, contestant number 7. And welcome, contestant number 8, Suzanne Paisley. Thank you, contestant number 8. And welcome back, contestant number 9, Kelly Walker. Thank you, contestant number 9. Here comes contestant number 10, Nakia Ramsey. Number 11, Carrie Price. Thank you, contestant number 11. Number 12, Anne-Marie Jeffrey. Thank you, contestant number 12. Number 13, Melissa Fleming. Thank you, contestant number 13. And contestant number 14, Melanie Miller. Thank you, contestant number 14. And finally, contestant number 15, Carrie Barnett. Thank you, contestant number 15. Isn't that a lovely group of contestants in those evening gowns, huh? Christina, if you'll join me back out here on stage. And at this time, I'd like to ask all 15 contestants to rejoin us here on the stage for several announcements. Ladies? Tabulator we're waiting on, isn't it? Tim, you know, this is going to be the last time you do this, buddy. Do we have congeniality and photogenic already? We do have those, but we did something while you were sitting there.
What about ticket award? We have it?
All right.
Want to go ahead and those steps? But isn't he doing a good job? See how hard he's working? Slaving over here. Thank you. You want to tell about it on the winners? I get the fun part.
Miss Congeniality is selected, of course, by the girls themselves. They voted earlier this afternoon for the name that's on this card. I'll grab it.
I probably shouldn't bend over. Get down there. I'd probably fall off the stage. Are we ready? Miss Congeniality. Who do you all think is Miss Congeniality? This is our official photographer and photogenic judge, Mr. Keith Morgan. He's also the official photographer for the Regatta. And he selected our Miss Photogenic from he's worked with the girls over the past couple of nights, and they all each submitted a photograph as well. And Miss Photogenic for this year's pageant is, who do you all think? Contestant number 11.
We have the names of the top 5. The first finalist is contestant number 7, Brandon Young. Joining her is contestant number 3, Chrissy Ellison. Come on down, number 15, Carrie Barnett. Fourth out of 5, contestant number 5, Renee Scribe. And finally, the 5th of the 5 is contestant number 11. This time I just want to say, although there's only 5 standing in front, each and every one of these ladies is a big winner in a big way.
Okay, why don't you all scoot back just a tad, and you guys can scrunch up here together a little bit. And I know you're excited about this next phase of competition. I have envelopes with questions and they don't know what's in them. There are questions in there. Actually, there's one in there. I would like for each of you to select an envelope, please.
Okay.
Kristen, if you could be another person for one entire day, who would you choose to be and why?
That's a tough question because I'm proud of who I am and I have fun being me. But if I got the chance to be anybody else, I think I like being me. Let's see. I think, believe it or not, I'd be my mom. I make fun of her a lot, and well, you know, moms do mom things. Mom goes to school, she cleans and she cooks and she teaches church lessons, but I think she has a very fulfilling life, and for one day, just one day, I like to be my mom.
Thank you very much, contestant number 2. Renee. She's not afraid. She takes the one right off the end. Renee, define your idea of success.
Success is a tough question because for every one person, success is different. But to me, anybody who's happy is successful. No matter if it's have a family, a job, a career, no matter what you want, if you're happy, then you're definitely successful.
Carly? Carly, if you had the power to make one change in the world today, what would it be and why?
I think it would have to be, that's a tough question because I think there are a lot of things that need to be changed in the world today, but I would say that the main thing would be people's attitudes because a lot of people look down on one another and some of them just don't know how to treat people, you know, and I think that everyone's attitude should be much better than they are today because then maybe we wouldn't have as much problems as we do in the world.
Thank you very much. You might as well go ahead. Carrie, if you could have any material object in the world, what would it be and why?
Oh, that is a tough question. If I could have any material object right now, it would be the crown being this Charleston Regatta.
Be honest, and why?
Because the prize is a $1,000 scholarship, and that's what I need to pageant.
Okay.
And also the honor of being Miss Charleston Regatta. It's just real honor.
Okay, thank you very much, contestant number 15, Carrie Barnett. Brandy, if you were forced to choose between a family and a career, which would you choose and why?
Well, first I would choose a family because if you have a career and you don't have a family, then you don't have anyone to share it with. And I think it's important to always have a family because I'm very close with mine, and I think that a family is more important than a career.
Thank you very much, contestant Brandy. While the judges take one last look at our top 5.
Within my fantasies I lived. No one seemed to want the things I had to give. Just another person on an overcrowded night. Then I met you, and you showed me how to have a real rebirth. I could never have imagined the changes you have made within my life. The way you took away my hopelessness, the way you change had taken place. Had somebody told me that you would change my life this way, I would never have believed them. I'd have laughed right in their face. Took away my hopelessness, the way you've opened up my eyes. I could never have imagined this charming world. You taught me how to see. All you've done for me, I could never have imagined the changes you have made within my life. The way you took away my hopelessness, the way you've opened up my eyes. I could never have imagined this charming world. You taught me how to see. Oh, thank you, baby, for all you've done for me. Thank you, baby, for all you've done for me. All you've done for me. Thank you very much. And at this time, I'll ask you to exit the stage because we'd like to say farewell to our reigning Miss Sternwheel Regatta, and we'll bring you back in just a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, in her final walk as Miss Sternwheel Regatta 1992, please welcome once again and for the last time, Linda Bailey.
My reign as queen has been a dream come true. I can never recount the memories this experience has given me. I have met many people and developed many new friendships that I could not have made without this honor. I will always cherish the friendships and memories that have become a part of my life. I don't have enough time to thank everyone who has touched my life this year, but you know who you are and you will always be in my heart. To Cindy, Patty, Laura, Jeff, and Dee, I want to say thank you for all your helpful tips and making sure that everything looked great, and for especially being there the night I was chosen to be the next Miss Sternwheel Regatta 1992. I would like to thank the Sternwheel Regatta Committee, Mr. Arlen Brewer, Mr. Randy Dillman, and Christina Robinson, and to the many other hardworking people that makes the regatta such a grand event every year. To Jim and Snake and Super 102, I want to say thanks so much for everything and for always being there and getting me where I need to be on time. And to my family, Mom, Dad, and Candy, for all your love and patience. I love you very, very much. And to the new queen, I give you my best of wishes. I hope the year ahead of you holds many memories that you will never forget. But always remember your family and the Lord, because nothing would be possible without them.
You're going to stay here and help me bring the ladies back on, because it's time for us to find out who will be the 1993 Miss Sternwheel Regatta Queen. Ladies?
At this time, we would also like to bring back to the stage Mr. Randy Dameron and R.M. Brewer.
Do we have the decision of the judges, Tim? Yes, we do. Thank you very much.
Scott, how about if I read the prizes and you announce who will fill that position? How's that?
Whatever makes you happy makes me happy, Christine.
Okay. I think we're going to start out with the fourth runner-up. Fourth runner-up will receive 25 West Virginia lottery tickets and a $35 gift certificate from the Regatta.
Fourth runner-up is contestant number 15, Carrie Barnett.
Our third runner-up will receive 50 West Virginia lottery tickets, a $35 gift certificate from the Regatta, and dinner for two at Chili's.
The third runner-up is contestant number 11, Carly Price.
Our second runner-up will receive 75 West Virginia lottery tickets, a $35 gift certificate from the Regatta, dinner for two at the Tidewater.
Our second runner-up is contestant number 5, Renee Scribe. Ladies, you want to step up in front of me? Now keep in mind, if for any reason at all, tonight's winner cannot fulfill her reign as Miss Sternwheel Regatta 1993, the first runner-up will take her place.
The first runner-up will receive 150 West Virginia lottery tickets, $35 gift certificate from the Regatta, a 3-day, 2-night stay at Pipesden State Park.
Again, I'll be reading the name of the first runner-up. The name that I do not read is Miss Sternwheel Regatta 1993. The first runner-up is contestant number 7, Brandy Aaron. Chrissy Ellison, contestant number 3, Miss Sternwheel Regatta 1993. First walk as Miss Sternwheel Regatta 1993, I present Chrissy Ellison. I'd like to take the opportunity to thank all of you for being with us. Be sure to be there for the regatta this year. It's going to be fun-filled. And we'll see you next year for Miss Sternwheel Regatta 1994. Thank you. Congratulations again, Chrissy Ellison.
Look.